We pay tribute to the inspiring life and work of Professor Chris O'Brien. Home and astray, the missing soap star, the bikie and the police raid. The last straw, Andrew Symonds sent home from England in disgrace.
He's let himself down, he's let all his teammates down, he's let Cricket Australia down.
And digging up the cars that were buried in Bellevue Hill.
This is 9 News with Peter Overton.
Good evening. It's one of nature's cruel ironies that a man who was so selfless and at the same time so brilliant in helping others with cancer has become one of its victims. The death of Professor Chris O'Brien has cast a sad shadow across the nation, one of his closest colleagues today describing him as a national treasure. He slipped away where he did so much of his brilliant work just after 8 last night at his beloved Royal Prince Alfred.
He combined that enormous technical ability with incredible humanity, incredible compassion for his patients.
2.5 years ago, the renowned cancer doctor became the patient, diagnosed with brain cancer and given 6 months to live. The survival odds so grim.
Why can't I be in the 1 to 2%? It's not zero. Why can't I be in that group? You get one go and you grasp it with both hands and you don't stop. And the thing I've learnt is you never ever give up.
The RPA TV doctor stopped working.
Don't all get depressed, I've upset you now.
Anyway, we can't do much more than that, can we?
5 high-risk brain operations and relentless chemo and radiotherapy bought him time.
This is actually bigger than I predicted.
Today, his surgeon, Dr. Charlie Teo, saluted his good friend.
I think he should be remembered as a national treasure. The guy was amazing. He was a beautiful person, an inspirational doctor. I don't think the likes Australia will see the likes of another Chris O'Brien for many decades, if ever.
And of course from his patients, whose lives he saved.
He changed my life by doing the operation on my neck. If he didn't do that, I would not have been able to do the things that I've done today.
6 weeks ago, a frail Chris launched his appeal for his dream, Sydney's world-class Lifehouse Cancer Centre. His own prospects, though, fading fast.
I believe I'm approaching the final episode of this journey.
3 weeks ago, he invited the Prime Minister and me for a cup of tea and a toast to the government's $150 million donation to Lifehouse. 57-year-old Professor Chris O'Brien, way too young, died with wife Gail and children Adam, Juliet and James by his side. The Prime Minister has announced Chris O'Brien will be honoured for his tremendous achievements with a state funeral. Mr Rudd was a personal friend of Chris and he joins us now. Prime Minister, you spent time with the O'Brien family last night?
Yeah, I did. This is a very sad night for his family, but also for the nation. This was a truly great man, and he was struggling, but he was a fighter right through to the end. And the nation will be poorer for his passing.
Why did you offer a state funeral for Chris, Prime Minister?
You know something, there are state funerals for politicians and, you know, other people like that. I think it's time we honoured people who were out there in the forefront of helping ordinary Australians, and that's what he did for years and years and years in their fights against cancer. All those individual personal stories. Chris, through RPA, out there in the front line, doing what was necessary. And when he copped this disease himself, he didn't complain. He decided to turn it into this great platform for advocacy for better cancer care. And that's where he had an effect on me.
Prime Minister Rudd, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.